Welcome to IT Chronicles, Tech in 10 at Knowledge 2017. I'm Shane Carlson, here with Carlos Casanova
Shane.
And Daniel Olsson from Soitron.
Thank you.
Daniel, why don't you tell us a little bit about Soitron? You guys kind of have a unique history in the service management space. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Good. So Soitron is mainly companies in East Europe, but we have a company now in the UK, and we're looking forward to start up a company in the US.
Excellent.
Our history is that we have worked a lot with HPE to migrate their legacy infrastructure in terms of ITSM. We have taken out the old EDS components, the compact and all HP, to the current platform.
Excellent. So what are you guys seeing in terms of your customers? Are you seeing a lot of people transitioning from the old HP Service Manager to ServiceNow platform? And what kind of challenges are people seeing in that?
There is obviously ServiceNow is very popular, and somebody's account are going to take the decision probably to vacate the current tool set. And since we know Service Manager on the HPS area in depth, we think we can help them to enhance their experience to go to ServiceNow.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So what sort of value, I guess, are they seeing with that migration? Is it because they just move into the platform? Are you coming in that they've decided to do migrations, or are you actually coming in and actually saying, hey, we can help you migrate to a new platform?
So it's various ways. Some people have decided already, and they're looking for a way how to do this without interruption. Right. Some way we want to help people do a gap analysis, if possible, in ahead, so they can see and also evaluate their costs.
Right.
So it's a different angle each time. But what we're really used to is on a conveyor belt, retire leveraged instances and do a repeat without interruption to any business.
Right.
So what are you seeing as kind of the greatest benefit for those clients that you're working with right now, and moving off of some of these legacy service management platforms to ServiceNow?
I think the flexibility of the platform of ServiceNow is the key. It's fairly similar sometimes. The thinking is the same, hence my staff can adapt very easily.
Yep.
But there is more flexibility. You have the App Store. I find it very interesting, and I think it's going to be a really great journey for everybody.
Cool. So you said you're primarily in EMEA, but you're doing work in the States now as well, or North America?
We have just completed a major program. It was the last EDS instance in Plano, Texas. Okay. That was 37 of the largest America's accounts that we moved as a service, and we combined people from Bulgaria, from Slovakia, from the Czech Republic, American, and British.
Wow.
And that's what's the...
Well, that's
and what kind of benefits are they seeing, now that they're transitioned to the new platforms? I mean, what's kind of the big value push for them?
The value push is mainly that if you think for you have one platform, one license cost.
Yep.
Staff does one thing. You don't have two platforms to maintain. It's get a drag in terms of cost. So it's more like cost savings, but also functionalities, because when you do lift and shift, you don't do one-to-one. You have to always be a bit open-minded to tune.
Excellent. So when you want people to think about what you guys do at Soitron, I mean, what's the value that you guys are bringing to the equation, in helping a lot of these customers move across?
Everybody can move one from A to B. But there's few people who has set up an infrastructure like the Shell account, who has 300,000 transactions a month on average. Yep. Service catalogs at 30,000 items there are. We slimmed it down, it was much higher. Yep. So it's an enterprise scale, but that can be adapted to all small and medium setups. It doesn't have to always be big, but the experience to have done this as a bulletproof scenario for many years, that's the value.
Excellent.
So I guess that's the big thing, and we know that this whole industry is transforming, right, constantly. So do you have sort of, is it a beginning and end type engagement with your clients where you help them migrate? Because I would imagine that there's always stuff. I mean, I know in my experience with these clients, they think they know they had everything they need to migrate, and then you find something else. So how does that normally work with your engagements?
Normally we try to do the whole scope in one go live, right? Now, the previous example, we did actually 4 go lives because it was so huge. But normally it's one big bang. We have a warranty period that makes sure that if you find something or nothing, there's a warranty. But later on, there's an admin role that are inside the company, but we try to stay in touch because we can sell you, it's like commodity. on hours or days or months to help you.
Right.
So, in terms of you guys working in the ServiceNow platform as a provider, what value do you see in using that over some of the legacy tools that you've experienced in the past?
Mainly flexibility, and it is also interacting with other components. We can see the HR components coming in. There's the banking.
Okay.
We are doing another totally independent product, which is voice biometrics. Use your vocal cords to authenticate.
Oh, wow.
And I would like to integrate that with ServiceNow.
How's that going?
Well, I just made contact with a developer who does face recognition for ServiceNow when I mentioned this, and he was very interested. I have his card in my left pocket. So we will try to see what we can do.
So would you look to, I guess, it sounds like you're leveraging other players as well to deliver some of that value.
Well,
where they make sense anyway.
Yes, but think about it. You have support instead of saying your name and double checking everything. If you knew who you're talking to, that will make the job easier for the customer services staff who's using ServiceNow. We can have a green star in the corner that this is Mike. We know him already.
Right.
So that's an advantage.
Yeah. So in terms of the multi-provider market, I'm sure you come across that a lot. You're not just going into a single provider and helping them convert, but I'm sure you're experiencing a lot of customers out there that have multiple providers. Are you seeing a lot of those providers moving towards the ServiceNow as a platform and integrating with the other suppliers, or is it still kind of the Wild West out there in terms of what tools people are on?
There are so many tools. There's many people who are thinking about ServiceNow. So I think there are going to be more and more ServiceNow. But there's always going to be an exchange between applications who can't speak to each other non-natively. And we have solutions for that as well, but multi-sourcing is going to be more and more.
Yeah, definitely prevalent.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. I look forward to seeing you guys making headway on this, and look forward to it. Thank you again.
Thanks, Daniel.